This video is going to be so embarrassing. So clench your asshole because I will talk about anime. Oh great, another 15-minute tier list anime video. What is he going to rank? Solo leveling? Rent a girlfriend? No, jokes on you, I don't even watch anime that much. I have a really limited knowledge in the anime community, so a lot of my picks here are going to be really generic and super basic. Also, spoiler alert, C tier. Killer Q. Really stylish, expressive, and every frame is just perfect. Next up we got Dandadan. I read the manga before the anime was announced, so I am the OG. I love the story, world setting, action, and the characters are really lovable, and have good enough backstories to make you care about them throughout the story. So basically, it is a more grounded Mob Psycho 100. But there is one problem with the anime, is that I expected too much from it. Don't get me wrong, it is still good though, but here is a nitpicking scene that I don't like from the anime. Specifically, I like this scene way better in the manga, because this panel from the manga looks so intimidating. And when they translate it to the anime, it doesn't look as scary as I expected. However, I do like the camera work here. We also got Mob Psycho 100 here. Amazing character and animation, but I forgot literally everything about the plot, so... Next up, we got Attack on Titan. So it's been a really long time since I watched it, and the ending was alright. I don't oppose it, but I am also not a big fan of it either. I still like it though. Also, moving to the B tier, we got Folliculi. Now if you know this anime, you are the real anime watcher. Not me. It is the ultimate favorite dream, and I don't even remember what the fuck happened. I didn't check on other parts because I don't think it's worth it. I love the aesthetic and vibe of the show, and the music is fire. Next we have Chainsaw Man, pretty popular anime. I also read the manga before the anime came out, and this anime is actually what made me expect too much from Dandadan, because the anime and the manga have totally different vibe. I like the cinematography of this anime. Some CGI parts look a bit weird, but I didn't mind that. I don't understand why the Japanese audience hate the art style, because it doesn't follow exactly like the manga. I love the visual of the anime so much, but since they just listen to the Japanese audience, they have to change the art style for the movie. Next we got Cyberpunk Edge Runner. This show gave me a massive post-movie depression. It was tragic and sad as fuck, but I didn't learn shit aside from big bad futuristic corporations and capitalism bad and such things like that. Next we have Look Back. I'm glad that there are more of Fujimoto's works are getting adapted, and we may potentially get Goodbye Eri in the future. Imagine if we get this. This anime is beautiful and sad, but I didn't cry though. Next, if you know this one, you're the real one. Devilman Cry Baby. Fire music. Unique art style and animation, but the cycle of repeating and keep suffering is not what I like personally. Finally, in this tier we got Scott Pilgrim Takes Off. I know, it's technically not an anime, but since it was adapted by a Japanese studio and has a whole anime opening, so I'm just gonna include it. Moving to A tier, we got One Piece. Of course, I've been following this loosely for about 10 years now. I love the world building and its huge variety of characters. And I got into the manga around Wano arc, if I remember correctly. And this is like the best time to watch the anime, because the current arc is gorgeous and with a really decent pacing. Also, Kuma backstory, he's the best character ever, and his backstory actually made me cry a little bit. I don't think I have ever cried watching an anime before, so that was weird. Next, Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann. Gurren Lagann? Gurren Lagann. This is the shit. It has super hype story and characters. The message is simple, but it really drills into your mind. Pun intended. So the whole message can be boiled down to keep believing in you who believes in yourself. I'm gonna let that sit with you for a bit. Finally in this tier we got JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I'm just gonna group all 6 animes for this ranking. But I would say that I like part 5 the most. I don't understand why people dislike it. I like the vibe and the story of this part. I also think part 5's art style is the best looking of them all. And I get into the anime quite late, around when Stone Ocean was announced, because I kept myself from watching it because of the art style, just like most people do. But once you get into it, there is no going back. To boil it down, it's simply a story about the good guys versus the evil, but it is told in a really bizarre narrative. I like the writing and symbolism of the story and characters. Most of them are really fleshed out and have a lot of personalities, especially the JoJo's, who sometimes are written better than the main JoJo's themselves. It is so good that I actually bought a book by Araki himself. In the book, Araki explained really detailed about his philosophy and how he did his research before writing the characters or driving the story forward. It is a really good book and worth reading, even if you don't have the intention to write a whole manga yourself. And S tier, we got Evangelion. It's the most recent anime that I just finished, and it practically changed the way I see life. I know it sounds cringy, but bear with me. So when you look online about opinions around this anime, you can often see that people say it is pretentious. I agree that many things can be pretentious, but if you look at everything at a surface level, then everything is pretentious. Jesus Christ, I sound so pretentious right now. It is also important not to overanalyze every single detail or symbolism in it and pretend to see it in a way that it is not. You get what I mean? Because at the end of the day, it's just the author's view of the world when he was suffering from his own depression. You can interpret it all you want, but don't project your opinions on others. My favorite scene from this anime was the congratulations screen. So about how it changed my point of view. Oh no, I don't wanna share my opinion or my way of thinking, but I think I should say one or two things about what I learned from it. I'm not saying that I understood everything from this anime, because most of the time my reaction when I watched this anime was, what the fuck, dude? And also, ooh, titties! If there's one thing I must take away from this anime, that is to love myself. As cheesy as it sounds, it is to love myself, to be able to forgive myself and others, and stuff like that. Also, in some different category, we got Berserk. I put it here because I need time to let it simmer down in my mind. I read the manga for a little bit before, then I skimmed to the Eclipse, the really infamous one. Then I felt really sick and I want to throw up the whole time because the whole thing was so claustrophobic. It's just full of despair and everybody just fucking died. I know it's great and a masterpiece, but I am not a big fan of medieval and magic setting, despite playing Dark Souls and Elden Ring myself, ironically. And the 1997 anime still looks pretty good to me, but I'm gatekeeping myself for now from watching it just because of the setting. I know, I'm missing out on a masterpiece. So the last category, we got some childhood stuff that I like, but I don't remember much or don't interact much with them anymore. First we got Dragon Ball. Of course, it's probably, if I remember correctly, it's like the first anime I ever watched. And rest in peace, Akira Toriyama sensei. You are an absolute legend. I don't follow the franchise anymore, but it was a big part of my childhood. Oh, I bet nobody knows this fucking anime, Digimon Frontier. I like it simply because I watched it when I was a goo goo gaga. Many people say that it is the worst in the franchise, but this is my bias. I remember my dad took me to a DVD store and we bought a Cantonese dubbed version of it. I didn't understand a single thing back then, aside from cool transformation and cool monster design. Next we got Doraemon. It feels weird to even talk about Doraemon in English because it is not popular in Western culture. I used to watch it every day, every time I eat. So the show is about a Fortnite player who one day encounters a robot cat who travels back in time from the future to live with him or fix his life. I don't really remember the plot. It was super popular in Asia. Finally, we got Spirited Away, the only Ghibli anime I watched, and shit scared me as a child because of this no-face ghost. The quality is top tier, I don't need to explain much, it's by Ghibli. So yeah, that's the list. Keep in mind that I like everything in this list. It's just the higher it is, the more I like it. and the more it leaves an impact on me. And a lot of lower tiers are simply because I watched it for a long time ago and I don't remember the plot point anymore. Or I just want to watch some dumb fun action stuff. It's funny how the world is ending and I'm here talking about anime. Can you believe it? But honestly, at this point, I am not even surprised if I look outside the window and I see this. If you have watched it to the end, you're a weep. Alright, just kidding, you're not. Or am I? Anyway, if you like this video, click the like and subscribe button and comment down your favorite anime. And as always, have a good day, bros. I love. Wait, let me add this one too. Parasites. And now is complete.